I Discovered Church, Pastor Steve here in Bangkok, taking my family out on this wheel to heaven, they call it. It's been a couple of days in Thailand, getting a lot of things done, meeting some of our partners and workers here. I was looking up the Edict of Milan. I thought I'll share a little bit with you about that because it does relate so much to what's going on. There is real persecution that is predicted to come, and that is what happened in the first 300 years of Christianity. And then we had some peace, we had some freedom, and it looks like the green horse of the apocalypse is going to come and it's going to take away a lot of the freedoms. So I want to read to you what happened last time when the Edict of Tolerance or the Edict of Milan was issued and brought about freedom. And what did it mean? It has a very specific application to our present day. So here's the edict that a lot of people have heard about, but they've never actually read it. In part, it says, I, Constantine Augustus, thought that, among other things which we saw would be for the good of many, we might grant to the Christians and to all others full authority to observe that religion which each preferred. No one whatsoever should be denied the opportunity to give his heart to the observance of the Christian religion, or that religion which he should think best for himself, so that the supreme deity, to whose worship we freely yield our hearts, may show in all things his usual favor and benevolence. My comment, Christianity brought freedom to the world. This tolerance of religion is a uniquely Christian gift to the world. The above text that I just read was not written in 2026. It was written in 313 AD, or 313 years after Jesus Christ was born, when most of the world was intolerant, barbaric, superstitious, and even cannibalistic. The haters of God and the haters of Jesus continue to benefit from the sacrifices of Jesus Christ and the church, many of whom died for this gift of freedom to spread worldwide. You cannot imagine a world without Christianity. It would be beyond hell on earth. It'd be hell perched on the precipice of hell. Your opinion could get you in prison. Your change of mind would result in execution. The green horse will bring you into this arena. I recommend you find a Goshen. While you're free to learn about the four horsemen of the apocalypse and learn about the timeline. So one of the things I'm doing while I'm here is to prepare a Goshen for those who will come. There's a lot of questions about it. I understand people think that it means fleeing. Not necessarily. All it means is you have options. You have a plan B. For Thais, you can buy it. Or if you don't want to, you can come and live and work, and there'll be economic opportunities for you, spiritual opportunities for you. But if you want to find a plan B in a country that's very safe and has never had religious intolerance or religious persecution, and I've just come out of a country with religious persecution, I can tell you what a breath of fresh air it is to be here. Now, I said there's a direct application. Let me get to the direct application, all right? The edict continues, and I think this is very interesting. Listen to this. So many people say this to me. The church is not buildings. Okay. This is partially true. We are the church, right? But it's also partially not true. You want the full truth. The Edict of Milan, which Constantine issued, proves that this is not completely true. So does the New Testament. Let church history set the record straight. Emperor Constantine wrote, moreover, in regard to the Christians, we have thought it best to make this further provision, that if any places have been taken from them in former times, whether by our command or by order of any other person, and restored to the community, these should be without delay be restored to the Christians without payment or any demand for compensation. Those who have acquired such places, that means they had places, didn't they, in the beginning? Those who have acquired such places, either as a gift or by purchase, must, if they seek any compensation from our benevolence, apply to the vicar, so that through our clemency their claims may be satisfied. All these properties must be handed over to the body of the Christians through your intervention without any delay or hesitation. And since these Christians are known to have possessed not only places where they were accustomed to assemble, but also other property belonging not to the individuals, but to their corporate body, that is, to the churches, you shall command all this property to be restored to the Christians, that is, to their corporate body and assemblies, without any compensation or demand for payment. What does this mean? Well, listen to this. If Christians did not meet in physical buildings called churches, how could the churches be restored to the Christians within the first 300 years of faith? And if early Christians did not build churches, why can you come with me on a tour to Turkey and see the 7 churches of Revelation? Physical churches were often built with expensive blocks of stones. The bigger the stones, the more expensive, with solid altars and ornate mosaics for the glory of God, where mosaics are much more beautiful, much more costly than carpets or tiles today. The church can mean a building or the people gathered inside that building. Look up 1 Timothy chapter 3, verses 14 to 15, and you'll see. Paul says the church is the pillar and ground of the truth, and you ought to know how to behave inside of the church. Well, that's the building. Every family lives in a physical home and wants to own a physical home. Students and teachers, they want to learn and study inside a school building. It's normal, commonsensical, and necessary. It's time to build a home for Christians in the mission field, which we called our Goshen. Give to the construction of a new ministry center in Thailand. Go to discoverchurch.online/give. I thank you for your participation in the Great Commission. Remember, Jesus said, this is his commission. I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And he's calling us to be a part of that in the end time. So let's not have any doubt at all. The Edict of Milan is conclusive proof that Christians together as a corporate body own properties whom evil people try to take away from them. But a benevolent leader said, no, I will restore the properties, meaning the buildings and the churches and the lands that the corporate body of Christ own. Thank God, it makes perfect sense. So we are believing for Goshen for you and for a harvest for those who sow. God bless you. Thank you so much for your participation in the mission field. We love you from Bangkok, Thailand. God bless.
Step into Goshen Lake, a one-of-a-kind Christian sanctuary in Thailand designed especially for believers like you. This peaceful haven features a beautiful church, a feature cross beside a large lake, breathtaking mountain views, and the convenience of proximity to agriculture, beaches, hot springs, and the tourist island of Phuket. Choose from 3 thoughtfully designed home styles. The Herman, a spacious 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom home with a multi-purpose room, open-concept living area, kitchen, and is around 313 square meters. The Eden, a charming 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom layout with a comfortable kitchen, living area, and is around 184 square meters. The Asher, a cozy and efficient 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, perfect for couples or small families, approximately 150 square meters. Goshen Lake offers resort-style living in a safe and serene mainland location, just half an hour from Phuket International Airport. Here, you'll enjoy the best of both worlds, Phuket's international lifestyle and the warm, welcoming culture of Pangnanga Province. This is more than just a housing development. For the first time ever, a Christian church will be part of a residential project, an opportunity to be part of history and help establish a lasting spiritual landmark that shines God's light across the nation. Visit GoshenLake.org and express your interest today.